Hi Taurus, welcome. It's Meredith. I am here with your monthly message for April 2020. We are using 3 different tarot decks for your message this month. Before we get started, as always, I'm going to remind you to watch your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. It'll give you a wealth of information for how you are navigating the energy atmosphere of April 2020. If you don't know where your signs are placed, obviously you know your sun sign. What about your moon, your rising, and Venus? If you don't know where those are, go to cafeastrology.com. No, I am not affiliated with that website. They just happen to have one of the best astrology calculators going. Plug in your date, time, and place of birth, and it'll give you your chart and tell you where everything is. Then come back here and watch it all. Okay, let's get going. Top row, Lightseer's Tarot. New deck to me, gorgeous deck. I was hesitant. I've seen other readers using it, and I was doing the, I don't know if I like that one or not. But now that I have it, I can't leave it alone. So it's your top row. Lightseer's Tarot, and the message of this row is what's now for Taurus. What is happening in the present that you are negotiating and navigating? Your first card is Temperance. Yeah. You got a little bit of alchemy going on. You know, in this deck, Temperance is holding the sun and the moon. And I often say that the moon is borrowed light of the sun. So there's alchemy going on in the sharing of these two planets for us on the card. What I feel here, though, Temperance is number 14 in the major arcana of tarot. And in numerology, we would add those numbers together and we'd come up with 5. So there's something unstable for you at this time, unstable, uncertain for you, Taurus. And you are taking steps and measures to bring stability to it. I also feel that you're already quite stable. You're simply processing an experience that feels unstable, or you recognize that you now have the strength to bring something unstable into stability. I know it's a lot of stable right there, right? But nonetheless, that's what's going on. You are, I also feel here, making something out of nothing, which is a great skill. It's being able to look around at your environment and ask yourself, what can I do with all that I have? Because you're not requiring other resources at this time. You're just requiring to use the resources you have, perhaps in a different way. And as they are in this moment, they don't look like they can be anything, but you're going to turn them into something that really benefits you. Ooh, okay. Next set, 2 cards. First is the Empress. Yeah. What a beautiful card to follow that little bit of a message off of Temperance, because the Empress, she is the mother of tarot. She is the ruler of the realm. See, look at her here. So heavily pregnant with the whole world within her, right? Love the Empress. She, like the Emperor, they both get the nickname of being a know-it-all, but it's because they have so much experience and they so willingly share it. Look how gorgeous she is, how serene, how peaceful, how graceful she is. She is the epitome of loving compassion here. Make no mistake, she's quite a warrior too. Her her weapons of choice are kindness and compassion, though. She's all about abundance and creation. She creates life. And she speaks to cycles and rhythms. So 9 days, 9 months, 9 years, 9 weeks. Don't get too hung up on the timing of things here when you see her. Also, in my experience in tarot, she is often shown with a deer or a fawn on the card. And I know we're not seeing that here. However, I'm mentioning it because one of the messages of deer is a 40-day cycle. So consider that. You may be giving birth to something in the now, and it's got a 40-day cycle to it before it reaches some kind of fulfillment for you that feels right for you. Or this is simply indicative of a period of life experience where you bring Something that feels unstable into stability, and it's a process, but it creates new life for you in some way, a renewed energy. So let's see what comes with her. Yeah, look at this, the Chariot. This is her son, actually. The Chariot is the child of the Emperor and the Empress. And so this is dynamic movement forward. So what I feel here as I'm looking at these three cards, you're in a rush to get somewhere. And you want to, without hesitation, dynamically charge ahead. But the environment is not stable enough to support that. That's what I'm feeling off the Chariot. Now the Chariot's here, of course, for more than just that message. It is a promise of things stabilizing and your ability to eventually move it, just not right this moment. Coming with, yeah, and here's why. Here's the Five of Cups. Because another 5 for you, more instability. So stabilizing the unstable yet again. And here it's in the realm of your feelings and emotions. The 5 of Cups is a card on the emotional level as the 3 of Swords. It's pain, loss, and sorrow of some kind. That's the message of the 3 of Swords, and it's already come to pass when you see that card. Here too, with the 5 of Cups, the feeling is it has come to pass. So now you've got 2 5s in the reading. That's double instability here. But what's in the center of it is the Mother of Tarot. You're making something new of it. And you're eventually going to be able to move that forward. But again, you have to do this part first. So what I feel here is there's an open vortex. And into that open vortex, you, Taurus, are pouring energy that is no longer of service or purpose to you any longer, and you're doing it with gratitude. Not pain, loss, and sorrow, but gratitude. You are grateful for the opportunity to have the ability to let go of some serious life experience that you have invested a lot of your spiritual energy into, your soulful self into, that has fulfilled its purpose and has in fact outlived its purpose. And that's why you're not moving forward as dynamically as you would like to, because this has a process. Empress, this has a process to it, and it is in a stage of alchemy. Coming with a set of 2. The next is, well, here it is again, a number 5. You have 3 5s now in your top row. So the 5 of Swords. Not only are you doing this spiritual work in your emotional and feeling realm, you're doing it in your thoughts. And as you can see, this gent looks a little bit plagued by his thoughts. So there are some things that you are attempting to settle. And again, it has a cycle to it. And you may be, in your waking conscious now present moment, feeling impatient for that process to fulfill itself. Coming with King of Pentacles. Oh, Taurus. Yeah, this is the you need to be patient card. The King of Pentacles is very, very aware that everything that he does in his present pays reward forward. And that's just the thing right here that may have you vexed in the now, if you are feeling vexed at this time. It is because of this 5 and this 5 and the alchemy that you are producing here to make real dynamic change and renew something in your life that has you maybe tapping your toe, rolling your eyes, heavy sighs, I just want to get on with it. But these 3, Temperance, 5 of Cups, 5 of Swords, will not be rushed. And so having the King of Pentacles here is an invitation for you to come into ease, to come into grace, to come into relaxation, meditation even. You know, he sits next to a wolf. Does a wolf ever look like it waits for anything? No, it's dynamic. It's really more of the Chariot sitting next to the king. But in this case, the king is a master, and the wolf is at ease in the presence of the mastery of this king. The king is at ease in the presence of this wild ferocity sitting there in grace next to him, because they both know that action will be taken, just not now. He also holds the Ace of Pentacles, which is a door of opportunity. That's a promise of a door of opportunity opening for you, Taurus. You have to come into alignment with allowing. So come into harmony with the divine flow of all that is, and it'll bring ease, grace, and contentment to this process for you up here. Okay, next row of cards, Modern Witch Tarot. We're moving on to what's in development. What's becoming for you at this time, and your first card is nice. Four of Swords, beautiful card. This is rest for the spiritual warrior. This is a card that invites you into meditation. It invites you into ease. And I often say when I see the Four of Swords, if the Knight of Swords ever stopped moving, it would be right here on this card. Now, another thing to note with the Four of Swords, all fours in tarot bring stability to the foundation. And in the Suit of Swords, there is stability in your thinking. So up here in the now, you may be thinking and feeling, ugh, I just need to move this forward. Get on with it, get on with it, get on with it. And then you realize, by listening to this message, by stepping into the flow of the divine all that is, you realize sometimes you just have to allow things to come to you. You don't have to run right out and get them. Consider it. That's the stable way of thinking your way through this process. Coming with strength. Now, I did say while we were up here in your first row, you have the strength to make something unstable stable, and there it is. And there's more alchemy happening right here in this card for you, because there is allowing here between this woman and that lion. We all know that in the natural world, to stand next to a lion is to really put ourselves at risk. But these two, they've had an exchange of energy. They have reached an accord. They have recognized that, you know, she is vulnerable and courageous. And this lion is fierce and could easily make a meal out of her. They agree not to tame one another, and they agree not to harm one another. So, with all of this power sitting right here in these cards, you know, the equivalent is up here too in the King of Pentacles. You have a man sitting next to a wolf. You have a woman sitting next to a lion. There's a whole lot of powerful energy sitting right there, which is what is inspiring you in the first place to want to charge ahead with the Chariot. You want to move the energy. But the Four of Swords is telling you, not yet. The Empress is telling you, I'll move when I'm good and ready, because I'm in allowing. And the King is telling you that even this stillness in the Four is reward that you pay yourself forward with. Let's see what comes next. Right, because there's the payoff. The Nine of Cups. This is why you want to hop in that chariot, because this is your destination. The Nine of Cups is the Ace of Cups to the power of 9 in a reading, and this is a wish fulfilled, a dream come true. And who wouldn't want to rush right toward that? Who wouldn't want to move this powerful energy of strength and this powerful energy over here of the King of Pentacles? And who wouldn't want to take that alchemy and the beauty of this Empress and charge in the chariot right toward it? Not until you settle your Five of Cups and your Five of Swords. And you're deeper into that settling, sorting, ease, and grace than you even know. It's just that you've got excited anticipation for this 9. And it's what you want. You just don't have it yet. Or you perceive that you don't have it. It's incoming. This is in development, remember. This is blossoming in your life. You can't rush a flower to bloom. Consider your Nine of Cups the flower. Next, we have Page of Pentacles. Yeah. So the King offers you the Ace of Pentacles, which is a doorway of opportunity, a divine and cosmic gift of opportunity. You're excited for it. You're in anticipation for it. You're even impatient for it. The Page of Pentacles brings the message. I know, you're going to love this. You've heard me say it 100 times if you heard me say it once. Everything in its own right season. Holding the Ace of Pentacles there for you. The doorway is opening. It's cracked open, and that's just the thing. You can see the light of it. You can feel the alchemy of change in your own self, and you just want to rush through it. Coming with Six of Pentacles. You can't rush it. Now, this is a card of harmony and balance. And in traditional tarot, the message is sometimes you are the giver, sometimes you are the receiver. And there is a harmony taking place here. It's more alchemy for us. Again, over here with Temperance, here with Strength, here with the King. It's everywhere, and it's right here in this Six. So an abundance of opportunity is opening up for you. It's coming in, and it's just going to come in its own right season. So Four of Swords, rest, relax. Next row, Bonefire Tarot. This is a row all about your happiness, satisfaction, and fulfillment through the month of April, as it is influenced by these other two rows. First set of cards, you have two. Oh my goodness. There it is. Nine of Cups again, yeah. And I love Nine of Cups in Bonefire Tarot because there is a connection to the High Priestess in the crystal ball. There is a connection to the Death card in the skull. And then you have this heart here in the third eye position on the skull. Now, Nine of Cups doubled in your reading. So this is a big deal. This is a big dream, a big goal, a big wish coming into fulfillment, coming into reality for you. Now, on this particular Nine of Cups, I encourage you deeper into your High Priestess energy, your inner oracle. Listen to your intuition, your guides and angels. They are pointing you toward rest and relaxation while you nurture all of this raw power with power and strength within your own self, so that when you do hop in that chariot, it's a stable ride. Yeah, not the one that goes off into the ditch. Coming with this Nine of Cups is another Six, more alchemy for you, harmony and balance. Six of Wands is all about victory and success. So I have to repeat again, what it is you're dreaming for and what it is you'd like to be seeing right here, right now is in development through this month, and you can't rush it. It's on offer to you. Trust that. Next set, three cards, first of which is, look at that, the Strength card again. This is confirmation and a reminder to you that no matter how much you want to rush it and celebrate it and live it, you have to have the strength to nurture it because it ripens in its own right season. Coming with Six of Swords, here again, more movement for you. So you're going to move on from less than desirable circumstances to much more desirable circumstances, but only after all of this over here settles and you begin to see much more evidence of your Nine of Cups. I'm getting a message right now from guides and angels. For some of you, this is a relationship message. You have had it with playing around. You don't want phonies. You don't want fakes. You're moving on from that. And what I feel is that maybe perhaps you were attracting energies of other potential beloveds who were not as wide awake, expanded, spiritual, grounded, centered as you. And they may have appeared that way to begin with, but then through the process of getting to know them, maybe you rushed through some things, overlooked some things, and then as you got to know them, you realized this is another one that's just not of the caliber or going to be able to meet me at the caliber of connection that I am dreaming for in my life. Now you have the Nine of Cups twice in the reading saying, don't settle for less than that because the thing you're dreaming for, manifesting for, wishing for is on its way in. So you're moving out of an energy where you were attracting a less than desirable connection with someone. And take this where it's relevant. It doesn't have to be in relationship. It can be anywhere. It can be in your career, how you are of service. You know, maybe you're making some real change there and just moving on. And you have the strength to do it. Yeah. Look at this. What am I telling you? Now, Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, he's the player of the bunch. Of all the knights, he's the one considered the player. I like the Knight of Wands. He is robust. He is gregarious. He's exciting. Though he's a committophobe. So in the realm of relationship, this one will give you This one will give you some chemistry and some passion and some fire. And hey now, yeah, we love it. He can't stick around though. He doesn't maintain it. Also, Knights deliver messages between cards, so we know where he's come from. He's come from the dream you're holding for yourself, but he is representative of. This is a message right here, envelope with a heart on it. This is a message that you have rushed into things one too many times, and now you want to cultivate like this king cultivates, and it's a slower process. It's not something that you just fall headlong into any longer. You're done with that. That's what you're settling up here on your 5 of Cups and your 5 of Swords. Your potential tendency to do just that. This time, you're going to take your time. You're going to understand and come into harmony with the season of things and the season of getting to know someone, getting to know yourself even better, which you've been doing as well. Because while this guy, this gal is super, super exciting and is definitely giving you the groove, you're grooving on that, you have to ask yourself, as good as that feels, does it fulfill the dream here? And, hold up, whoa, let's slow our roll a bit and make sure before we repeat an old pattern and then have to start it over again. Yeah, and then here's the movement. Because you're settling this, because you're coming into harmony with this, because you're taking your time, you're at ease, you're allowing, you're feeling grace, you're feeling kindness, compassion, you have the 8 of Wands. This is exactly what you're holding out for. Now, it's a swift moving energy, Chariot up top, right? This is where you are chomping at the bit to go, but you can't. Now you're in motion here in your bottom row on that 8 of Wands. This is swift moving energy, incoming and outgoing. So this is you finally moving in the month of April. I don't know when it's going to happen for you, but it's going to happen, and it's going to happen in a very satisfying way. And in Ancient Tarot, I remind you that 8 of Wands is considered a marriage card. So that means that you're going to recognize a player for a player. Yeah, and you're going to call BS on that. And you will swiftly move on to what's in your Knight of Cups. Perfect. Perfect. And then, yeah. I like that we mentioned him earlier. Knight of Swords. Yes, there's the movement yet again. But he's not charging headlong down the battlefield, okay? He is charging like the Chariot. Great, stable momentum. Now, in the realm of Knights, in Tarot, we know the Knight of Swords is rather impetuous. The thing here is, when you collectively look at your reading, you're up here chomping at the bit. This is where the Knight of Swords in your top row would go willy-nilly down the battlefield and whatever. He'll ask questions later or not at all. But here, with the 8 of Wands, you have the energy coming. It's going out and it's coming back in. So this is not chaotic. This is not confused. This is actually stable. And remember, 8s in Tarot, they are movement, but they're stable movement. They're double 4s, so they're extra stable. That means all this stability work you did up here pays off in a big way and helps you see a player for a player. Yes. Because what you're going after, Taurus, is something long-lasting, fulfilling. You're not settling for less than that. And take it where it's relevant in whatever realm in your life that is a reality. No more wasted effort. This king does not waste his effort at all. It takes mastery to become one who doesn't. And he's done it, and you're doing it, and you're going to do it very well. There it is, Taurus. There's your message for April 2020. Thank you so much for watching. Again, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus videos. Check them out. And definitely watch the daily messages here on the YouTube channel. Leave a comment if it's in your heart to do so. And peace, love, joy, blessings, happiness. Namaste. And bye for now.